Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. We are getting up close and personal in this video because, as you might be able to see, I'm not wearing any earrings. And that's because I'm gonna walk through some new earrings that I've been loving, some really interesting, new, independent, I think very creative brands. And I can't remember which video it was, but a few videos ago, I mentioned how much I've been loving playing with accessories and particularly earrings, belts, all of the above. I just think it's such an easy way to play with a trend, to make an outfit look more modern or exciting. So for the fall, I think instead of just buying a lot of new things to sort of feel that novelty and excitement about my wardrobe, I'm really, really loving accessories. Obviously, I'm still gonna buy new things for fall. This is my channel after all, but I've just been loving all these accessories. So this video is gonna focus specifically on, I would say, more alternative types of earrings. And actually, it really is all earrings. I know, I don't know what I'm gonna call this video yet, but in my head, I was like, ooh, like alternative bold jewelry, but it's really just earrings. And then I do highlight a belt from Heaven Mayhem as well. But I think it's because I think earrings are so powerful. They're right at eye level. They really draw the eye into the face. And it's the first thing that people can see, especially in this day and age where, I don't know about you guys, but I work on the computer a lot. Really, most people are only seeing me from about the chest up, just like you're seeing me now. So having a cool pair of earrings is a really easy way to, yeah, just show off a little flair in your outfit, even if they can't see the rest of your outfit. So I'm gonna start with a brand that you guys have probably heard about on TikTok or a podcast. I mean, they are blowing up. I don't know why I said they, because it's really, Pia is the driving force behind it, the founder. She's from Australia. She lives in LA now, and I just listened to her podcast with Lauren Bostic, The Skinny Confidential. And it was a really good podcast about how she started the business. I'm just putting one of these in for now because I kind of want to show you one of the close-up details. But she started this brand, Heaven Mayhem, I think just a couple of years ago. I want to say in 2021. I will leave the podcast linked below. But it's a relatively new brand, stars like Hailey Bieber, and obviously she's based in LA, so a lot of celebrities have started wearing this brand, and no shocker, especially this style. This is the bean earring. This became so popular a couple of years ago with Bottega, and so that really kicked off sort of the big, bold, metallic earring trend. However, I will say, I find these to be unique enough where they're not like a perfect copy of the Bottega earrings, and I didn't want a perfect copy. I also like how on the earring, if you can see this, will you focus? Focus. Yeah, it has a little thing that says Heaven Mayhem right here, so that you know they're from Heaven Mayhem and not, you know, Amazon or somewhere. But I got these earrings. I actually got these earrings after I purchased their bean belt. So I'll show you guys that in a second. So it comes in this cute little box. This is what the belt came in. The earrings came in a similar box. I thought this belt was just so unique and really chic. It was gonna look great with all of my stuff for the fall. I'll put little cutaways of me wearing it. Not the best quality, I'm not gonna lie. The leather feels a little bit cheap, and the one thing I don't love about this belt is, I'll try to insert a shot of me wearing it, but it doesn't lay flat. So I really was hoping that this kind of bean thing would lay flat. I still will wear it, obviously, and I still like it, and I think it's like a cool fashion belt. I also hate that this part isn't slightly more curved to really keep it locked in, because I do find that the belt can come undone pretty easily. So for $200, wasn't the highest quality, but I'm also like not completely shocked, to be perfectly honest. I did get 20% off. I used the code SKINNY, so I'll leave that linked below if you do want to get something 20% off, so that kind of helped. Again, this belt was $200, but it's a cool fashion-esque belt. I'll see if I can find any alternatives as well. But what made me get really excited is my biggest kind of fear. I wasn't that afraid of it personally, but my biggest concern with the Heaven Mayhem earrings is that they were going to be heavy. In fact, I was like looking up a lot of TikToks and YouTubes and things to try to figure out if these earrings were heavy or not. And I will just come right out of the gate and say it. They are not heavy. They are, in fact, I actually went down a huge rabbit hole where I weighed all of the different earrings that I have before me that I'm going to talk through with you all. And these were about half an ounce. So if you're curious, 16 ounces is a pound. Obviously no earring is a pound, but my heaviest earrings, which I have here, which I rarely wear because they're so heavy, are these like chunky gold hoops that I got from COS a while ago, and these are 1 ounce. So these weigh half of these, and I wore these all day long. I had them on all day yesterday, and I could barely feel them on my ears. They didn't bother me in any way, shape, or form, so that made me super, super happy that these are in fact very, very comfortable, do not pull the ears. I don't feel like they're stretching on my earlobes. And I just think they look so nice. And I have short hair too, and I think they still look really nice, even if my hair was kind of pulled up or pulled back. I just think it combs the face and really lifts and just looks very, very pretty. So super happy with these earrings. Again, I think they add like a nice kind of modern touch. These are the more modern style, I would say, than a lot of the earrings she has on the site. I think her whole aesthetic is really having earrings that look like they're vintage. In fact, that's how she started the company. She took vintage earrings from flea markets and whatnot all over LA and then resold them and created necklaces and things out of them. She does also have necklaces, but I'm a more sentimental person when it comes to necklaces. I tend to wear the same necklaces over and over again. In fact, I tend to really wear the same jewelry over and over again. I really like to be very low maintenance with my jewelry just because I don't really have the time, frankly, or I don't care to devote the time, I should be specific, in the mornings to just interchanging my earrings. But if I am wanting like a cool, different look, I think popping these on is really great. And I think they're super fun, and I love that it's an LA brand. So really excited to see what Heaven Mayhem is going to do in the future. Yeah, so again, the bean earring, from a price perspective, I somehow managed to get these for like $87. That's with the 20% discount, but they were also discounted on the site for some reason. I don't know if that was like a mistake. I've seen them on Revolve and other places, I think it was Revolve, for a little bit more, but I will leave them all linked down below. But yeah, hopefully they're still lower price on the site. Again, that's been my issue with sort of lower priced earrings. You can get earrings that look like this from an Amazon and places like that, but they've all been so heavy. I've ended up having to return them, or I just never wear them. So it really is, you know, even though $87 is a lot to shell out for earrings, they're nice and lightweight. So wearable, I think, for me, trumps budget. But anyway, these are my Heaven Mayhem bean earrings. I'll let you get some close-ups. Okay. Now let's move along to the second brand that I'm obsessed with. In fact, I started going down a rabbit hole on Pinterest with this brand called Faris, who I actually don't have anything from in this video, but I do want to call them out because they have really stunning stuff. They're again, an independent brand based out of Seattle. And I think all of their stuff is made to order. Don't hold that to me, but yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful brand out of Seattle. Really interesting, organic, like the most gorgeous, organic, funky ear cuffs that you've ever seen. And again, this beautiful, bold silver. I think that's the other thing too, is I have quite a few pieces of jewelry that are gold, but I don't have a lot of silver jewelry. So I've really been enjoying building out my sort of silver, sterling silver-esque jewelry collection, especially to go with my new like civet bags and things like that. And I just find too that silver around the face is very flattering. Lauren Bostic called that out in her podcast, that it really brightens the eyes and the teeth. And I do tend to agree with her that silver on the face is very, very nice, even though I do love a gold. So I was checking out Faris, and then I stumbled upon this next brand, which makes these really gorgeous. I was looking for kind of a smaller, more everyday version of the Heaven Mayhem bean earrings. And I found these studs from, I'm going to say Agmes, probably butchering the name, but they do made to order jewelry. They're based in New York. And again, they are just absolutely stunning. This is a sterling silver. I'll let you all just take that in. This is just like the perfect everyday earring. Like still bold and still interesting, but not too much and not too trendy, frankly. Like I could see the bean earrings becoming less popular in the next couple years, but these I feel like don't really succumb to like any particular trend. So these are called the Gia studs or the Gaia studs, not really sure which one. They were $160, so an investment, but for a sterling silver jewelry, I didn't think that was that bad. You can also get them in gold. Another thing that I love is you can actually get a clip-on version of these. So if you don't have your ears pierced, I think that's really cool that you can still get them and try them out, which is great. While we're admiring these, I also want to read how the brand describes themselves because I think it's really beautiful. They say the collection's bold yet refined shapes are inspired by architecture and art, the built environment and the natural world, from urban landscape to work by the likes of Alberto Giacometti, Man Ray, Barbara Hepworth, and Ellsworth Kelly, which I love. If you guys know, I have another channel that's fully focused on art. So yeah, I just love so much about this brand. In addition to these studs, they also have like a pearl version. They're not exactly this stud, but it is a gorgeous kind of organic pearl that similar size, I would say, and that's definitely on my next like would love to have purchase list. They're about $150. And the other thing that made me, I was so happy to discover this brand because I think so many of their items are so gorgeous. I could definitely see myself purchasing more things from them in the future. But the more I looked, the more I realized actually that I think some of my favorite jewelry pieces from COS are ripped off from this brand. And you guys know I love COS, but I will say recently, and maybe not so recently, they've had such a bad habit of being a lot more unapologetic, I will say, when it comes to ripping off brands. Like they're taking the Bottega little scarf, little round thing. There's like a dress that's like a full kind of rip off from Bottega, a lot of Bottega bags, a lot of Loewe bags they've been. So I just feel like they're getting less comfortable in just creating things that are true to their own aesthetic, and they're just copying things that are popular, which it really irks me when brands do that, just frankly because I find it lazy. I want to see new, inspiring, interesting things. So yeah, a couple of pieces that I do want to call out that remind me so much of Agmes, frankly, as I was looking more and more on the site, are these next two items from COS, but I will call them out because I do. If you have a lower budget, $150 is a lot. And so if you can't quite get into that budget range, COS is a nice alternative. So I've talked about these so many times in my videos. Come on. But these are my favorite earrings of all time. These are an asymmetric pearl earring. In fact, they don't actually even make the same version of this. They make a similar version of this on the website, which I will link below still because it has been so popular over the last few seasons. But they don't make this exact earring anymore, which is a real shame actually, because the thing that I love about this earring is the little clicker shape, the fact that, and I sleep in these for like a week at a time, but they're asymmetric. So see, this is like a stud and this is a little dangly, and I love that. And especially because pearls tend to read a little more traditional. I love that it's traditional at first glance, but then you see the asymmetry, so it's like a little unexpected. I just love that in jewelry, and Agmes also has that kind of vibe with their stuff. But yeah, this asymmetric earring from COS. These were the lightest, no shocker, which is probably why I love wearing these so much. These were like 0.2 ounces, so they're super, super, super lightweight. Like I said, I really leave these in for like a week at a time, and that's how I am with most of my jewelry, to be honest. Not so much these pieces that I'm sharing, but I am gonna do like a more traditional jewelry video where I just show my classic like pearl studs and hoops and things like that I do really sleep in because I am such a lazy girl when it comes to jewelry. But yeah, these remind me so much of Agmes, these asymmetrical pearl earrings. And then on a similar note, I got them in gold. So these are a lot more of what the new ones look like today. So they are both studded, which again, I don't love as much because I love a clicker earring, because then if you take a nap or you lie down or you sleep in them, you're not getting stabbed by the little post in the back. But how gorgeous. And you can see this is what reminds me so much of the Agmes earrings, is it's a really organic shape that feels modern but is interesting. And then this is a stud that goes on the other side. So again, you have that asymmetry, even more asymmetry really, because this is even longer than the other. But yeah, gold, gold, very chic. You could, because I have multiple piercings, I could even take the stud and double up on one ear if I wanted to, and then wear a different earring on the other one. Like, how chic does that look? I love that look, actually. So yeah, they're not a complete knockoff, but again, if you need to kind of dip down a little bit, then the COS asymmetric earrings are a good option for you. And then another pair of like bold silver, really the only pair of like really bold silver earrings that I have right now. And I will say they are a darker silver than, you can see the Agmes studs. These are from Zara, and these are an oldie but a goodie. Again, they don't make these. These were just like a one-off that they did. I wish they would make these more regularly because they're such a great staple, but so many brands make a good chunky hoop like this. I'll include some similar ones below, but this is another great, again, bold, modern, love a good silver look. These used to be like my go-to. Now that I have these other sort of beautiful silver options, I am reaching for those more. But if you want something that kind of is like borderline trendy because it's chunkier, but it's still a classic because it's a hoop, this is a really nice option. And I find these to be comfortable as well. I think these are also like half an ounce or something. Not that heavy at all, barely notice them at all. And then the COS ones, which I did a whole video about, so I won't go too much into detail on them, but oh, the asymmetrical COS ones, both the gold and the pearl, they're $35. So when I bought them, they were $25. They did go up in price a little bit, and they're now $35, but still a great deal, I will say, for a beautiful pair of earrings that you can wear every day with everything. These are a little goodie from COS that I don't wear as much as I'd like to, again, because they are on the heavier side, which is funny because like they're not actually that heavy. Like, what I find to be strange is I weighed them and they were half an ounce, and the Heaven Mayhem was actually slightly heavier, but for some reason I find these to be, see how they're kind of pulling more? I find these to be less comfortable, and I don't know why that is, but I do like that they are a two-tone. They're gold and silver, so if you can't figure out which one you want to wear, you've got both, which is nice. Especially good if you're traveling, you know, you get a little more versatility out of your earrings. But again, I'm not sure if they still make these. If they do, I will leave them linked below, but those are a goodie as well. And then just for good measure, really big gold chunky hoop. Again, I'm much more into the silver aesthetic right now, but if gold is more your thing, again, these were from COS. I'm pretty sure they still make these. They keep bringing them back year after year, but these are the heaviest for sure. These were 1 ounce, so double the weight of the Heaven Mayhem, even though they're very similar in size, which I find to be interesting. They really needed to like hollow these out more. Like that's the beauty of Heaven Mayhem, is that they're like very hollow on the inside. I don't know if you can see that. See? In the hollow. But yeah, these are a full ounce. And I definitely can't wear them all day, but I can wear them to an event, or, you know, if I'm gonna go see galleries or something and I want like a fun earring. But yeah, if gold is more your thing, then these sort of inner tube-esque might be more for you. But in general, yeah, I've just been loving a big chunky earring that also happens to be lightweight. So thought I would share these with you. Like I said, I'm also going to do a video where I share my more traditional jewelry pieces. So for example, every single video I've been talking about this really gorgeous pearl pendant that I have from QUINCE. I've got some diamond stuff as well, just sweet little white gold plated hoops, like more of the like everyday wear pieces that are, you know, I don't want to say boring, but they're more like classic staples. And for someone like me, who again likes to sleep in their jewelry, who really can't be bothered to like switch things out on a regular basis, that's why I have so many piercings elsewhere, because I never take these out. Truly, I only take them out if I have to have surgery or something. And that's on purpose because I like having jewelry, but I like not having to think about it. So I will have that video out following this one, but I did want to share a few new of these like very cool new jewelry brands. Well, they're not new, but new to me jewelry brands that you might think are interesting if you're kind of looking to like shake up your outfits and stuff. This is such a great way to do that with very little regret, in my opinion, because A, they're easier to store, even if you get sick of them or they become, you know, like those thick gold chains I still have in my jewelry collection because I know they're going to come back in style. So it's much easier to kind of hang on to stuff or lend them to friends or do whatever. But yeah, big fan of the bold silver look right now with a little bit of an unexpected kind of organic twist to it. So hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.